welcome to this episode of Big Y Local Love. We're Big Y's Registered Dietitians. I'm Andrea.
I'm Carrie.
And I'm Scott, the Big Y Candle buyer.
And we're here at Kringle Candle in Bernardston, Massachusetts.
Hey, let's go in and see Mick.
Smells good. Sounds good.
Hi, how are you? Welcome. Good. Nice to see you.
Thanks for having us.
Nice to see you.
Nice to see you.
Welcome to Kringle Candle.
Now tell us a little bit about the history of Kringle Candle.
Kringle Candle is almost 10 years old. We're coming up on our 10-year anniversary pretty soon. And we're located in humble Bernardston, Massachusetts, which is great. It's a quaint little town. Our manufacturing facility is just about a mile down the street from our retail store. And my family's history is steeped in candles. I mean, we've got wax running through our veins. So my dad, Mike Kittredge II, he actually started the Yankee Candle Company. I sold it in the 90s, and then together he and I, about 10 years ago, created Kringle Candle, where we started out with making all-white, highly fragrant candles. And since then, we've branched out into multiple different luxury lines of candles. We make colored candles, and we're just a premier candle manufacturer for people who consume candles around the world. We ship all the way to Australia now, which is pretty great.
That's
cool.
So Mick, tell us about this beautiful old stove you have here.
Well, this was my grandmother's stove, and my father actually started Yankee Candle on this exact stove. So it all started as a Christmas gift that he wanted to make for his mom, and he got some canning wax and an old used milk carton and a couple shoestrings and some crayons, and made his first candle on here. And then after he didn't give the first candle to his mother, he actually sold it for for a few bucks.
So
and
he's
then
a businessman right out.
started out immediately, and then went to the store and bought enough to make 2 candles. So he gave the next one to his mom and had another one to sell, and the rest is history at this point. But this is the stove that he started on. This was in his basement, and it continued to grow the business while he was working from home, and then now you know it's one of the largest candle companies in the world, and together he and I started Kringle here.
Mick, while Carrie and Andrea are out there smelling candles, I just want to take this opportunity to thank you for our great relationship with the local vendor. The customers really appreciate your quality candles that we're selling in the stores and the beautiful display that we have up.
Well, thank you. It's a huge honor for us to be, in Big Y and be your partner. We love shopping there. I do all my grocery shopping at Big Y personally, so it's always great to be able to go in and see our products there. Why don't I take you to the factory and show you how some of the candles are made? Would you all like to go?
Yes, of course.
All right, let's go. Let's do it. Welcome to the factory. This is where the magic happens. We put fantastic fragrances in each candle here. So take a look here. This is our main production belt. As you'll see down this way, all the candles get loaded onto the belt, and that's where we put our wicks into the product. So each candle gets the wicks glued into the bottom of the jar, and then they get clipped in by one of our operators into what we call a halo, and that's what holds the wicks nice and straight throughout the entire cooling process. That's what you can see here on top of the jars. Once they make their way through there, they go through an oven to warm up the glass to the same temperature as the hot liquid wax that's going into them. We then fill the candles, they make their way down the belt, they cool, and they actually contract as well, so there's a little dip that starts to happen in each candle. They make their way all the way over and they get filled a second time right before they make their way to lidding and labeling. So that's kind of how our process works here. Really fun and smells great.
So Kringle really got known for that white pillar candle look, but what we're seeing on the line today is a kind of different look with color. Can you explain that?
Absolutely. Well, we manufacture candles for many different brands, including our own plethora of brands. We have another brand called Country Candle, and we manufacture our more heritage-looking jar with 2 wicks, high loads of fragrance. It's just a little bit of a different aesthetic for different wholesale shops that also sell our candles. So we make candles that are every shape, size, and color. Welcome to the Candle Lab. This is where everything happens. This is where we make our different candle types, every fragrance that we offer, and we test each candle extensively to make sure they burn clean and deliver a lot of fragrance in the home. So I'm going to show you how to make one of our pre-formulated candles. So it'll be nice and easy, and we'll make a few, and you'll get to see how it's done by hand.
Very nice.
Ready?
Nice and easy. We
All
like
right.
it. Yeah.
So we're going to make a 400-gram candle today. For your candle, this is a leaves scented fragrance. You're going to add 36 grams to the pitcher here. So now we have our pre-colored fragrance oil in the pitcher. Now you're going to add the wax. It's a mixture of soy waxes and paraffins, and it's our creamy blend, so it's not going to have the same look as what we had in production today. So once we have it, all the components in, we bring it over here, and we're going to mix it in this fancy lab mixer on the hot plate. And while that's mixing, we've got our glass jars just over here in the oven, warming up so that they're at the same temperature as the wax that's going to go in. So we'll take that out, we'll put it over the fans here, and then we get to pour it. Nice and slow, make sure you don't pour it on the outside. We made a perfect batch just for one candle. Well, thank you all so much for joining me in the lab. This was a lot of fun, and now you know how to make a candle.
I think we're all experts now.
Experts.
Pretty much.
I don't know
Smells
about
so
you,
good.
but I'm getting pretty hungry.
Yes.
Why don't we take a break and head down to the farm table?
Absolutely.
great.
Sounds good.
All right.
Well, Mick, thank you again. We had such a great day today learning about, what makes Kringle different, and we really appreciate it.
Thank you for coming out. Really appreciated having you. It was a lot of fun. So now you know how to make a candle, and now you're going to get some great lunch here at the farm table. So
Yes.
thanks for coming.
Thank you.
Really appreciate it.
If you enjoyed this episode of Big Y Local Love, don't forget to check us out on BigY.com for more local love adventures, or follow Big Y and Living Well Eating Smart on Facebook and Instagram.